We turn now to Georgia primaries for governor and U.S. Senate. Skyler Henry comes to us from Atlanta. Skyler.
Major, certainly a lot to look out to. They call this the Peach State. Well, the headline certainly juicy. Let's start with the Senate. There is a three-man race on the Republican side to see who will go up against the incumbent Jon Ossoff in November. Those are the two members of Congress, Buddy Carter and Mike Collins. And the outsider, the former Tennessee Volunteer football coach Derek Dooley, who has the support of the Republican governor Brian Kemp, so much so that the two have essentially been in lockstep all across the state. Governor Kemp saying that it is an outsider's perspective and voice that is needed not only to win in this primary tonight, but also who could defeat Jon Ossoff, who I mentioned is running unopposed and is the incumbent in this race. We will be at his watch party a little later on today, and it is certainly interesting given what we have seen in recent polling, the surge in momentum for Dooley, who, as I pointed out, was widely viewed as an outsider, very little political experience whatsoever. And so we will be watching that race to see what will happen. Collins and Carter touting themselves as quote-unquote MAGA warriors, but also people who have run with their conservative agenda. So I think that'll be something interesting to pay attention to as we look ahead to tonight. Something else we should point out about that race in particular, no one has exactly surged out in front, so to speak, at least according to polling. And that is something sort of interesting because of what could potentially happen as it relates to a runoff, which would be scheduled for June 16th, given a smaller window, so to speak, to try to go up against Ossoff, who has amassed this massive campaign war chest of about in the 8-figure ballpark. And so I think that is something that we will be paying attention to as the polls close here at 7 p.m. Further down ballot, we are watching what is happening in the gubernatorial races as well. On the Democrat side, there is the former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, who is someone who is well known here in the metro Atlanta area. But if you talk to certain voters, they have raised their skepticism whether she can actually do the job as governor, because she didn't run for that second term following the first one, and so a lot of people wondering whether she is committed to the job. Some other interesting Democratic candidates in that race as well. On the Republican side, what will happen with the Trump-endorsed candidate, Burt Jones, going up against the billionaire Rick Jackson, who came in late in this race, but has certainly raised a lot of money and is surging in the polls as well. A lot to look forward to as the polls close here at 7 p.m.
And could be several runoffs to come in Georgia. Skyler Henry, thank you very much.